And then an hour passed and I'm like, huh, I'm sweating.
My makeup is melting.
I actually bought a ticket from Atlanta to Korea. That she is in the hospital again and she's on a ventilator. I just want to show you this moment where I thought that my fiance was turning into a conspiracy theorist, okay? Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing?
Babe, can you put the beef jerky down and be my cameraman for 2 seconds?
He's literally in a robe looking in the pantry for beef jerky.
Yes.
Hold this. We got these 3 paintings. Don't look at them yet. We got 2 of them, and then we got a 3rd one, right? You guys saw the first one, then you guys saw the second one.
They haven't seen the second one. What the heck? Are you mocking me right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Babe.
Yes, honey. You're
I
so
think-
handsome looking there. Like a stallion.
Like a stallion!
Okay,
Babe.
there we go.
I know it's gonna sound crazy,
Okay.
and I know you might not believe me,
Yes.
but babe,
Yes.
I think it connects.
What do you mean, honey?
I think it all connects into one thing.
I think you're a little dramatic right now.
No!
You're doing too much.
Okay, ready? 1.
I did do that.
Honey.
I called my whole family because he was that excited. So I said,
Guys, look, it connects.
they said, okay, so this is not a mental breakdown video. I repeat, this is not a mental breakdown video. But I just flew a family member across the entire country. I don't know why I was gonna say halfway across the country. My mom is here! I flew my mom from Atlanta to LA because there was some stuff going on. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on, which I really didn't want to talk about when it was going on because I think when you're in the midst of it, you don't find the funny side. You're just sitting there crying. So she's here now, and you're probably thinking, wow, that's a lot of flying. That's a lot of airplane tickets you've bought recently. Both of us went to Atlanta recently. My
Yes, we
mom
did.
flew from Atlanta to LA recently.
we
I actually
did.
bought a ticket from Atlanta to Korea. You're like, Korea? I'll explain. It's a whole story, okay? And you're thinking, how did you do that? How do you find the best prices? How do you make sure you're getting the best deal? Well, I'm gonna tell you how, because you're my best friend. Have you
Hopper.
heard of you heard?
I've been using it since we started dating. That's how long I've been using it.
This is one of the very few things he's introduced me to.
Money saving hacks.
Money saving hacks. Hold on. Can I just show them what you're wearing?
Shake it. Oh no. Say money saving hacks.
Money saving hacks.
And today's video is sponsored by Hopper. If you guys don't know, Hopper is a free to download, free to use travel app. Whether it's for flights, car rentals, hotels, you know that you're getting a great slamming deal. Here's the thing, when I was growing up, I was always told, hey, you should only book your airline tickets on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Never book it on the Sundays or Saturdays. Make sure to clear your cookies because they be tracking your cookies, and it was just too much. With Hopper, all of that has just been solved by this one app that's free to use. Whether you guys are looking to travel across the country, across the world, you can use Hopper to get the best deals. They have these things called deal calendars, which are so useful. It easily finds the cheapest date to fly for your vacation or your trip or whatever it is. And here's my favorite part about this app. They have something called Watch a Trip because I'm a planner. I like to plan out trips way in advance. So I have Hopper watch those flight dates for me. They monitor it 24/7 and they will send me a notification when they say, hey, this is the best deal that you're probably gonna get. They predict future prices with 95% accuracy. And once you get that notification, you just go onto their app and book your flight in a matter of just clicking a couple of buttons. It's so simple. If you're a member of Hopper like I am, you have savings up to 40% off compared to other travel websites. They also have something called Carrot Cash, so if you're a new member or existing member trying to unlock that Carrot Cash, new users will receive $10 in Carrot Cash to put towards their first hotel booking. They have something called Price Freeze. So maybe you saw online, okay, Hopper says this is this much money right now, but I gotta ask my friends who are going on vacation with me. You can click that Price Freeze little button and they will freeze that price for you while you go talk to your friends and confirm this date works for them. They also have something called the Flexible Dates Plan, which means that you can change your flight, including your date, time, and even airline up to 24 hours prior to your departure date with no added fees. And if you're like me and sometimes you're a little fickle or something comes up, you can actually cancel your entire trip up to 24 hours prior to your trip date, and you will receive at least 80% of your cost ticket back. You guys click the link in my description and download Hopper for free from the App Store or the Google Play Store. You can receive your first first $10 carrot cash on the app if you guys click my link in the description. Like I said, this reward can be used for your first hotel booking, so make sure to use my link in the description to get that $10 carrot cash. And thank you, Hopper, for sponsoring today's video, and let's get back into my mental breakdown. Now that you're back, now that you know the best way to get flights, let me give you the lowdown on my mental health, because that's a different story. There's been a lot going on. So I thought I'm just gonna be really naive with you. I'm gonna be really transparent. People are gonna say that this is absolutely stupid that I even thought this way to begin with. Are you getting a plate for your pistachio shells? This guy is... I thought that a long distance move would be twice as hard as a short distance move. And we've done a lot of long distance moves. We've moved across the country. We've moved from Orange County to LA. Like, that's a pretty long distance move. We've done a lot of these. We move a lot. So I'm thinking, okay, twice as hard. You still gotta load the truck, unload it at your destination. I mean, does the distance of the destination, it's not like I'm driving this big old truck, right? It can't be that bad. We start calling up some people. We start calling up these movers. Hello?
It will take 2 weeks.
It's gonna take 2 weeks. So you're gonna pick up all of my stuff. My bed, my mattress, my towels, my washing machine, my drying machine, everything. You're gonna pack it up. My sofa, everything. Put it in the truck. And then the 2-week period starts before you get to the destination. Is that what I'm hearing? Cause maybe I got some earwax. And they said, no, that's exactly what you're hearing.
I mean, that is how traveling works.
It is how traveling works.
That's how driving works.
But why did my brain not think that? I think it's honestly, I blame it on my dad. Because my dad's biggest flex in life is that he has done 2 East Coast to West Coast trips all by himself. And he said it only took him like 4 days. Not even. Mm-hmm. He just drove all the way. He said he went from here to there.
Why did he do that?
You know, he was a hustler or whatever. He was hustling. So I thought that maybe it would take like a week, right? And these are professional drivers. But they said 10 to 12 business days. So actually over 2 weeks. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Listen, I'm not like one of those people that's like, oh my god, I can do your job better than you. I know I can't. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, they deserve every penny and more. But then, where are we gonna sleep?
What if we live inside?
That's like one of those YouTube vlogs. I mean, I think that's like a good plan, C. Then I'm thinking all these things, and I start getting a little bit panicked. Start getting a little anxious. Every night after dinner, I start running to the bathroom. I'm talking butt cheeks clenched, one hand on the back, like waddling to the bathroom in a fast pace because I'm having explosive anxiety diarrhea for the past week and a half without fail every single night. Doesn't matter what I ate. I could have eaten the healthiest thing in the world. I was waddling to the bathroom for my anxiety diarrhea. This really only happens when I have like peak anxiety. I just have to diarrhea, and then usually it's like it's out of my system. Like the physical aspect is gone. I mean, the mental like anxiety is like still there, but that physical is just like whoosh, gone. So I've been having anxiety diarrhea. I've been calling my mom every single day. I'm like, hello, do you have some sort of Korean remedy? Give me some sort of weird article you read once. Give me a tea, something. Let me drink something. Let me eat something. A ginseng soup. I'll do anything. I don't want anxiety diarrhea. And she kept being like, why don't I just go over there? Like, if you're so anxious, I'll just go over there. I can help you pack. I can help you take care of the dogs. And I was like, it's fine. You've got Sophia over there.
I'm a big kid.
But she kept being like, you know, just let me know. Just let me know. I think that she was planning on flying here when we actually do the moving process so that she can help me like just make sure everything's tidied up and stuff. And then I get a phone call from my sister a couple days ago, like a week ago. Time is a blur right now. If you guys have been watching our videos for a while, you know that maybe about a year and a half we went to Korea. I met both of my grandparents again, well, both my grandmas. It was a really emotional vlog. That was like the most insane experience I've had. I'm in Korea. I'm like experiencing so much of the fun stuff, and then that day I just blocked out to see my grandmas again, and my dad's mom, I mean, she's just one of the most dramatic people on the planet. I think I get it from her. We said goodbye, and she kept doing that Korean K-drama walk where she walks away and then looks back and then cries. Hold on, there's a brick wall, okay? And she would put her arm on the brick wall, look back at us, and all of us were standing there still waving because we wanted to see her go all the way up the hill to her apartment. And she would just cry. And then she would obviously Honestly, it was emotional when it was happening. And then we went to go see my mom's mom, and that was an emotional experience. So she's in a nursing home in Korea for Alzheimer's. She was getting better. She had like a moment where she was briefly hospitalized. It caused mass panic in the family, but thankfully she got better, she got stronger. And then my sister called me and said that she is in the hospital again, and she's on a ventilator, which is really serious, but I'm not going to talk about it very seriously because we've got this thing going on in my family where we're just going to pray. I'm not religious, but even I have agreed to pray that it's going to get better. So we're not going to like make it a whole thing right now, right? But this is part of the story. So my sister was like, oh yeah, I don't think that she can go to LA because she's going to go to Korea. So I'm like, okay, Korea, okay, like let me get the tickets right now. And she's like, wait, but we have to wait till July 1st. And I was like, wait, why? I mean, this is like time is of the essence, no? And she said, no, because July 1st is when they don't do that 2-week quarantine. So anytime before July, you would have to go to Korea and stay in a hotel for 2 weeks. And the whole thing was like, I don't know if my mom should stay there, and like, what if something happens in those 2 weeks? It's like she would feel so trapped. She's in the same country, but she can't go do something. She can't see her mom, you know, she also has nobody. She would be alone in this hotel room. She can't even fly back to the US in the midst of that, you know, just to finish it out. So we're like, okay, yeah, you're right. Why doesn't she just leave July 1st? So my dad's like, okay, sounds good. Then he starts Googling it, and my dad says, big problem. Everyone's trying to go to Korea because they just lifted their quarantine. So like everyone who hasn't gone in the past year because of that 2-week hotel quarantine are trying to go July 1st because it's summertime, school's out. So I'm like, what? Okay, so what do we do? So he starts calling the Korean embassy, and they tell him that applications are just backed up. So normally you don't need like a visa to go to Korea if you're a US citizen, you just need an airline ticket. But now they're just trying to verify that you are vaccinated. That's the only way you don't do quarantine, is if you're vaccinated fully. So they want to verify it. You can't just like show up with a vaccination card. So my mom's vaccinated, so they're like, okay, perfect, like get her on the application list. And the embassy is like, well, the Korean embassy. Yeah, my dad was calling the Korean embassy. I was like, wow, that's intense. So he's calling the Korean embassy, and they said they can't do anything unless the hospital gives like a letter to them. You know, maybe they can try to expedite her application because versus holiday travelers, vacationers, and then, you know, this is like a huge life or death emergency. Okay, maybe we can speed up her application. So my mom's like, okay, perfect. So she's calling the hospital in Korea, like, can you guys send me a letter? They're like, yeah, no big deal, right? And she's like, okay. She's thinking about packing her stuff. And then it dawns on them. My whole family in Atlanta, minus us, their passports had expired during...
All of them?
Except for my dad. My sister, my mom, I think even Andrew. Because I think they got it together. So all of their passports had like expired. And it expired like, I want to say months and months ago. And they kept thinking to themselves, where are we gonna go? The world is falling apart, okay? Like it's a panorama. Where the fork do you think we're going, okay? We're not going out of the country. We're not even leaving our house. You think we're gonna go out of state travel anytime soon? And I think a lot of the passport places were either closed or didn't have appointments. For whatever reason, they just were like, okay, we'll renew it once everything opens back up. Like, are you really gonna risk going outside when it was during lockdown so you can renew your passport that you're probably not gonna use? No. So they're like, okay, sounds good. We'll renew it when things open up. Now she's looking at it. Her passport's expired. So then my sister, God bless my sister, amazing woman, okay? She's got this big old baby, right? She's holding this baby, running around town. She runs to the passport place. She's running with this baby. So thankfully my sister had an appointment for the next day. How odd, right? She had an appointment for the next day for her baby. So then, you know, she looks it up online and it's 1 appointment per household. They live together, perfect. My mom can come, renew her passport. Maybe if she shows that hospital letter, they'll expedite that. Because like, come on, have a soul. So she's running around, my mom and my sister running around with this baby. They're running to this passport place, okay? They get there, and I think my sister was just like tunnel vision, truly, on getting my mom to Korea, that she left all of her papers for Sophia at home. And she's like, what the fork? And then they were like, oh, well, either way, it wouldn't have worked because you need both parents. Like if on the birth certificate, if both parents are listed, you need both parents unless it's notarized or something.
To get a passport?
So that one parent doesn't kidnap the baby abroad. You know, that's a thing. Parental kidnapping.
This is so complicated.
Exactly. Baby's here, baby's not getting a passport. My mom, she's not getting a passport either because they said, sorry, we don't really do shit like that. They said that they can only do 12 weeks. So she's like, no, that's 2.5 months, right?
3 months.
That's 3 months.
Oh wow, my math was really bad on that one. That was embarrassing.
That's 3 months. So my sister's like, I don't think so. So she's running back out with this baby. She's on a mission, okay? This lady's on a mission. She sits down, gets home, puts the baby down, and she starts calling all these people. There was, I have a text message from her because I FaceTimed her one morning to get updates on this, and she said, don't freaking ruin it for me. I have been on hold for 5+ hours right now. If this call drops, if this call disconnects, if anything happens, I will cry. So I was like, okay, she's on the phone. She's on hold for 5 hours with this facility that
Did she get in contact though?
that does expedited passports. They only do it for life or death emergencies, like some shit's going down, right? And then you have to show that hospital letter, and you have to have proof of an airline ticket already bought. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, I'm the one buying the tickets, so like, I'm ready. Because you can't get an appointment unless you already have a ticket. So this is all sorts of messed up. You can't guarantee an appointment, but you need to have a ticket ready. But do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm throwing down? The whole system's weird. So then my sister's on the phone. After 5.5 hours, someone gets on the line. And she's like, oh my God, thank you so much. She's like crying at this point, explaining the whole situation. And the person says, oh, yeah, well, can you call back tomorrow? They said that they just don't have anyone that can handle this situation today. Like, they're fully booked out. Like, I think that they maybe have like a
Fucking
supervisor
annoying.
tomorrow.
Why can't they call her tomorrow?
Yeah, so then she calls the next day. And I mean, I don't know what these are. My sister knows. They're like some sort of expedited facilities where they can expedite it in 72 hours. All the ones in Atlanta, they said it was booked out. So then my sister's saying like, well, can you like make an exception? Like, we would never ask for stuff like this, but like, it is really intense, you know? And they said, well, we have a lot of people that are traveling, and a lot of it's like for 4th of July. And my sister was like, I thought this was like a life or death facility. What's going on, right? So they were like, sorry, we're booked. So then my sister has this genius idea. Okay, my mom's gonna fly to LA because maybe LA has more of these centers because it's a bigger city. And she can go to one of those centers and then fly to Korea. And they're like, oh, yeah, LA? No, you can't even get on a list. So we're like, oh my God, what do we do? My sister looked at all of these options. She decided the best way was to do like an expedited regular process. So you have to ship out your old passport, ship it to the passport facility in like Philadelphia. So she runs to the post office with the baby. She's running with the baby. Then she gets to the post office, ships off my mom's application and her passport, everything, ships it off. And then she says, okay, goodbye. You know, we're hoping that we're gonna get it in like 4 weeks to 6 weeks. We put in the doctor's note, everything, like we're gonna keep updated on it. The day after she ships it off, the day after, she decided, you know what, maybe I can call that place and see like, hey, you know, when you guys are getting these applications, can you like maybe look for ours? I don't know, right? She just wanted to do everything that she could. And they told her,
Oh, there's something called like a mega passport facility that are walk-in only.
they said that it's walk-in only, no appointments, first come, first serve, like a first come, first serve DMV, and you can get it like on the spot, like in like 72 hours at least. So my sister's like, okay, perfect. But I already shipped her old passport.
No!
Well, then you can't go because you can't just lie and say that you lost your passport because that's
Oh
like
my
a
God.
federal crime, I'm sure, or something insane. So she's like, why did nobody along the way, nobody even mentioned it? My sister told everybody at a regular appointment, at an expedited place, just nonstop. She kept telling them like, this is so urgent, like my grandma is on a
frustrating.
ventilator. And nobody mentioned this place. And like, I know what you're thinking, oh, well, Google is free. Listen, you try Googling passport places. I tried helping my sister by like Googling about these passport places. Like, it's worse than the DMV. We can't go to a mega facility. She tried. Took her baby to the post office, said, can I get my passport back? Nothing. My dad even tried to finesse himself with the embassy. He was like,
Hey, can you guys do something?
and they said,
That's a US citizen, so no.
like, we're here to help the Korean citizens in America. And
No way.
my mom's a US citizen. They were like, you gotta talk to your own government. I'm sorry. My dad was like,
The Koreans have failed us.
I'm kidding. You know, he was just like, oh no. Which like makes sense, okay? I know all of this sounds ridiculous, but I think when you're in a situation where emotions are high and you just want to do something, you're gonna try to do anything at this point. Like, you're so desperate. then it became very clear that all we had to do, like all we can do is wait. Like that was it. They said that we can't get the passport back. We can't go anywhere and apply for it and act like we lost it because that would be technically a crime, I believe.
Well, don't tell nobody.
Don't tell nobody. Stitches get snitches, he said. My mom, you know, there was just a lot that had to line up. Like not only did she have to get her passport, but she had to be able to get on the Korean application, which they didn't know. It wasn't guaranteed that she was going to be able to get. So it was a lot. So everyone came to the conclusion of like, honestly, there's nothing that we can do except for kind of wait and hope, like keep following up with the facility and hope that it can be expedited once it gets there, which is at least like, we're looking at maybe at least a month. That's being really hopeful. So my mom, you know, in Atlanta was like, okay, that's fine. Everybody just pray, you know? We're just gonna pray that grandma's gonna keep on holding so that my mom can go see her. That was the whole thing. And as days progressed, like a day passed, okay? And my mom was like, hey, I'm going crazy over here. You know, I feel like a sitting duck. I'm just like waiting for this passport place. I know that they're not gonna get back to me tomorrow or today, but I feel like I'm waiting. And then you're over there, you're a sitting duck. Like I wanna do something so that I can be distracted. I also think that she just really wanted to help me because, you know, I'm her kid, I guess. So she was like, yeah, I'll come to LA, it'll be fun. We'll be distracted, we'll be packing together. I also have like a list of all the delicious places I need to eat at, like Din Tai Fung, Sugarfish, Heidi Lao, all in and out. So we have decided this next month while we wait, we're gonna just leisurely pack and eat all of this delicious food before we move. But what a shit show.
How's your grandma right now?
She is getting better, that's what the hospital said. Okay, my sister tried to explain it to me. Her blood pressure was really low. I think your blood oxygen level, she said everyone is at like a 99, 98%. But because my grandma's blood pressure, and because she's getting so weak, she doesn't exercise and she also doesn't eat at all. Her oxygen levels were like below 80. Which at that point, they usually recommend that you need help breathing. So she's on a ventilator, but it seems like she's getting more stable. Things are looking better. So my mom's in LA. It's not like a really happy thing to say, and that's what's been going on. And our AC broke in the midst of this. My mom gets here.
The moment she got here.
The moment that my mom gets here, she's like,
Wow. Did you guys do this for me?
I'm like, what do you mean? What did we do for you? She's like, I'm getting emotional. You guys are so sweet. I'm like, what? And she's like, last time I came here, you know, all I did this time was I packed long sleeves because I told your sister. This is how moms talk, okay? This is how moms talk. Because I told your sister that you guys keep your house at like a 69 every day, all night. I mean, it's freezing cold. I don't know how you guys don't get sick. Anyway, so I packed all these long sleeves, but wow, it's really warm in here. And I was like, huh, it is kind of warm in here. But I didn't think anything of it. And then an hour passed and I'm like, huh, I'm sweating.
My makeup is melting.
And then I realized that none of the ACs are working. None of them. So we had to call in the sweltering heat. It's like in the 90s. So we had called this AC person. They came up. They were all up on the roof. It was a whole shit show. The AC was gone the whole day, which I know Seattle, Portland, Oregon has it real bad right now. And I know a lot of people, especially because it's a lot more temperate over there. Temperate. It's a lot cooler over there. I heard a lot of people don't have ACs in their places. So I know. I'm not complaining. I thought my dogs were gonna die. I was like, do I need to, I saw one of those things where you put wet paper towels into the freezer and it hardens. But then I Google it, they said if you put it on your dog's neck or head or on their belly, they'll throw up. My dogs are 100% belly, nothing else. So then we spent most of the day outside. You're thinking that's counterproductive. Why would you spend the day outside? Well, the AC guy is so sweet, but he had a very shaky ladder climbing up to the roof. So I was like, okay, maybe we should stay outside so that every time he comes down the ladder, we can hold the ladder, because the last thing I want is someone just like, I don't know, cracking their head open in our backyard, right? Like that would be terrifying. I mean, that guy, he's probably got a family. He can't crack his head open. So we were just waiting by the pool to like hold his ladder when he comes down from the roof. And now we're covered in bug bites. This guy has the most aggressive bug bites I have ever seen. Just all down his arm.
I only have 2.
I think I'm not as tasty as you.
That's a fact.
So that's gonna be it for today's video. I'm gonna skedaddle out of here This is me and my fake baby. But like I said, it's the holidays. People are just waiting in line to get their passports. I know you're traveling, okay? That's what the passport facilities are telling us. People are traveling. You need to get your plane tickets at Hopper. It doesn't matter where you're going. You gotta look on Hopper first. That's how you get the best deals. That's how you get that peace of mind. It's a peace of mind of, yes, I know I'm getting the best deal, and I feel good about it, and I'm excited to travel. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to check out Hopper, linked in the description, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more moving content. Not a weird passport facility story time, okay? That was a weird rant. My apologies. See you tomorrow.